I just wanted to show you a couple different things. And the big thing one is that one technique. If you guys start to roll over, and let me borrow Donna real quick. The one thing that people talk about that I want to have a seat, I'll show you something. The one thing they talk about, again, if I was to bleed Donna, I won't do it. Thank you. So one of the techniques, let's say if we're going to bleed this part of her leg, you just don't want to bleed here and keep it open because the blood can go everywhere, right? It's not so good. When you have your glove on, if you bleed and you kind of either come over it this way or you come over it that way, your hand is kind of a shield, so the blood doesn't like blow up in your face, which will happen if you do this enough. And that's why instead of just jabbing and then the blood just goes everywhere, if you roll over with your hand this way or if you come across this way, the hand is kind of almost a shield. And you've got a glove on. It's a nice way so it doesn't blow up in your face, which I've almost had a few times when I used to do in the beginning, and I'm like, hey, where's that vein? And but you know, I didn't know, right? And yeah, exactly. And you go down here, and honestly, I mean, that's hepatitis C, that's AIDS. I mean, that's all sorts of scary stuff, right? And it can happen just that quick. So you have to, you know, we're dinging around, hey, Donna, what's going on? And I prick her by accident, and it blows up in my face. So, I mean, it's something that doesn't happen a lot, but it can go from fun to therapeutic to super dangerous and super wrong real quick. So you can't be stupid about this stuff. You are bleeding blood, and even though me and Donna know each other, we probably still don't want to swap blood back and forth unknowingly, right? I mean, you just don't want to be doing that with people. So that's why I like this hand, or I like the rotation of the hand. It's almost kind of a guard. And if you're still scared, you can always, sometimes I bleed people with the other hand up to protect yourself, again with a glove. But these types of things you'll start to learn with some certain techniques. Instead of just jabbing it and hopefully it doesn't spray up in your face. So thank you. But that's why I like that rolling over the vein. So like I said, lots of more videos for you guys to watch. Google them, look at them, learn from them. And let's start with these zones. I think that's what makes Master Tung Acupuncture so special. So I'll borrow your legs for a while. Yeah, please. So actually, we'll stand up for the first one. We're going to do bladder 40, so just turn around. So we're going to start with zones. These are the Master Tung zones that probably are what make him his bleeding system very popular. And all these zones are on, there's a few on the mid leg or the upper thigh. The ones I'll show you today are all pretty much on the lower leg. And so the first one, let's start with, is the occipital zone. We need to find bladder 40, about 3 or 4 cun above, and 3 or 4 cun below. And then also to the lateral and the medial sides is this zone, okay? Oh, sure, yeah. Wow, mascara, okay. So you all know where bladder 40 is, right? So we need to go about 3 cun above, 3 or 4 cun below, pretty much to the lateral side, and to the medial side. That would be the occipital zone. Mostly we're going to use that, you can see, for headache, back pain, pretty much any type, specifically low back pain. Systemic pain, systemic stagnation, any type of Taiyang stagnation. Also some other specific things, hemorrhoids, hypertension, stroke, these types of things. Now, the question should become, and think about too, anywhere where the Taiyang kind of vessel runs. So, you know, you guys all know Taiyang, the bladder channel runs over the back to the head. So pretty much any part along Donna's back here where the Taiyang channel runs, I would say is a very good point to be bled. Again, we're looking in the zone. If we're looking at Donna's bladder 40, you have a vein there. I don't know how to use mascara yet. There's a vein there. There's a vein there. There's a vein there. And again, well, Brad, which is the best vein to bleed? What's the best vein I could bleed? I would probably want to stay as close as I could to bladder 40 for me, clinically, anecdotally in my clinic. I found that works best. If I can stay within the closer to bladder 40 I like, the better. Could we bleed? And again, the question, if Donna would say to me, Brad, I only have pain on my right side, then what side would we bleed? The right side. If Donna said I had pain, Brad, on both sides, well, then I would come over here again. We look for bladder 40. 304 soon above, 304 soon below, the medial side, lateral side. There's some wonderful veins over here. Good veins up in there. Hopefully this doesn't tickle. All those little black marks are nice looking veins. Would I bleed all of them? No. If she had bilateral back pain, I would probably bleed one, give it 5 or 10 minutes, say, Donna, how you feel? I feel the same. I'd probably bleed the other side as well. I may even bleed both sides. We'd ask Donna, when was her last cycle? Is she anemic? You know, is it okay to bleed both sides? I'd probably bleed both, just clinically. But you can see, very simple area. All sorts of wonderful things we could use it for. That's called the occipital zone. And now the question also should be, Brad, there's this great vein. It's just barely outside the zone. It's right there. Can I bleed it? Yes, it's okay. Okay? I would say bleeding is somewhat like taxes. Sometimes you get in gray areas. Not so right, not so wrong. It's kind of in the gray area, right? Sometimes bloodletting is like that. Even though this is the zone, I would like, in clinically, what I've learned, you need to stay within the zone. But sometimes if it's close, close kind of counts, like hand grenades and nuclear bombs, right? Close is okay. Doesn't have to be exactly like a sniper bullet. So preferably in the zone, but you can certainly be a little bit out of it.